Today, we are going to rank every awakened pet in Survivor.io on a tier list from best to worst. Alright, starting out with Cheshire. Cheshire has an awakening skill called Spinning Floof. Tosses 3 fluff balls, dealing damage at a moderate rate to monsters in the path. So Cheshire is going to launch balls at the enemy. And if you max this out, you can get 12 at once opposed to just 3. What I like about this skill is that those fluff balls will travel a very far distance. They can keep going and going and going. So I kind of like to use Cheshire to kill farm with, because in theory, I feel like his fluff balls can travel a far distance and hit multiple enemies, possibly traveling through one mob to get to another mob. So I do like Cheshire. I like to use them to kill farm, but I'm going to stick them in the C tier. Next, we have DD6, and DD6 has a laser cannon, fires strafing laser beam at close frontal range. So DD6 has a new skill. It's pretty much a laser beam that shoots out and can wipe out multiple enemies at once. He will essentially shoot out a laser beam in one line in front of him, which can sway back and forth, hitting multiple targets. So in theory, DD6 is actually pretty good against mobs, but I'm also going to stick him in the C tier. Next, we have Neemo, and Neemo has a skill called Guardian Bubble. Spawns a bubble that lasts 3 seconds for its owner. Bubble knocks back small-sized monsters, restores 3% HP every second within bubble range. And of course, the more you awaken Neemo, the more you can boost this skill. This skill is pretty interesting. Neemo is going to launch a bubble at you, which can heal you and kind of knock back enemies, as well as heal themselves. And I guess it can be effective against mobs. I like Neemo, they're unique, but I'm also going to stick them in the C tier alongside their other 2 friends. Everything's in the C tier right now. Next, we have Shelly, and Shelly has Gravity Vortex, attracts nearby monsters, during which pet gains 10% damage reduction. In addition, if you max this thing out, you will get more stats, more attributes. When pet is alive, it gains 20% more damage reduction and bears 50% of owner's damage taken. So it sounds okay at 5 red stars. I'm going to stick Shelly in the D tier. Their awakening skill really isn't that helpful, and it only affects a small range. So the D tier is where Shelly goes. Next, we have Murica, and Murica has a skill called Chain Shot Plume. Fires 4 feathers in succession. Negative 2% skill cooldown for each hit on the same target, up to negative 20% cooldown. So Murica is very strong, especially against a single target like a boss, which makes them great in Ender Zeko and in the Clan Expedition boss phase. And in many cases, they can get more damage than your survivor and more than a skill. For right now, Murica is the best awakened pet in Survivor.io, so I'm going to stick them in the S tier. A lot of strong players are using them, and they're proven to be able to get a lot of damage against single targets. Next, we have Croaky, and Croaky has Decaying Domain. Spawns a corrupting aura in a small range. Monsters affected by aura will take plus 12% damage. Aura lasts for 6 seconds. Croaky's awakening skill will give him a small aura around him, and enemies who walk into that circle will take more damage. So this sounds really good on paper, and the more you awaken Croaky, the more you can boost this skill. However, you have to get the enemy to be inside the aura in order for this to be effective, and there may be times where Croaky is far away from the enemy. But I still think there's a little hope for Croaky, so I'm going to stick Croaky in the B tier. Next, we have Crabobble, and Crabobble has Lethal Pincer. Swings Pincer to create a wave for every enemy defeated by the skill, plus 25% skill damage up to 200%. So Crabobble's going to get a new wave skill, and it can hit a lot of targets at once. And when Crabobble kills an enemy with their wave, they will increase their own skill damage. I think Crabobble is pretty good, but I'm going to stick them in the C tier for now. While they're really good against mobs, they're not as effective against single targets. And the last awakened pet we have is Rex. Rex has Inspiring Howl, barks loudly, increasing owner and own attack by 5% for 3 seconds. And the more you awaken Rex, the more you can increase this skill. So this skill is pretty good. It's going to increase your survivor's attack, which can be very helpful, especially against bosses. And I do see a lot of really strong players using Rex over Murica. So Rex does have a lot of potential. Rex is a great pet. A lot of great players are using Rex over Murica. So should Rex be in the S tier? I don't know. For now, I'm going to stick Rex in the A tier. Murica seems to be a little more proven right now. Here's the final tier list. If you would rank anything differently, let's hear it in the comments below. We have Murica in the S tier, Rex in the A tier, followed by Croaky in the B tier, Cheshire, DD6, Neemo, and Crabobble in the C tier, and then we have Shelly all the way down here in the D tier by themselves. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.